Everybody in character?
I don't know what my character is.
We don't have a character. We are just us. Isn't that a show?
This is us.
This is
This
us.
is us, though.
Hey guys, welcome to Nathan's Detailing again. We got this amazing 2023 Defender here. I have John here with me as well. He went and picked it up this morning. John, what do you think about this vehicle?
I like it. It looks like a concept car. I was telling Ethan that we picked it up, and it looks even better in the flesh than it does online.
Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot to take my gum out. Is my tongue green? Okay, we're good to go now? What do we have Tyler doing right now, John? It looks like he's doing some prep work. We're doing a full front end on this vehicle?
Yeah, so Tyler already used the clay bar on all the painted surfaces, and now he's going to be wiping everything off with our alcohol spray to make sure that it's good to go for when we apply the film.
Why is that important?
We want to make sure everything is as clean as possible, so we'll use our clay bar, we'll use our alcohol spray so that when we put the film on, it's very sensitive to things that are underneath it. We don't want to have anything sticking out once it's on.
Yeah, imperfections, any kind of dirt that may have stuck to the vehicle.
Hairs,
maybe.
yes.
In transport, probably.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, people think that they get their vehicle from the dealership and it's in perfect condition. I can only imagine the thousands of miles that vehicle traveled to get to that dealership. Some of them fully wrapped, right?
And some of them not fully wrapped.
Yeah, exactly. We are going to put the real XPEL Ultimate Plus PPF on here to make sure it really does have that protection so the customer doesn't have to worry about it anymore.
Absolutely. We can't wait to start.
I don't know about you, John, but do you bring like water bottles and stuff in your car with you?
Yeah, this is actually the perfect time of year for that, where you can get in and they're still cold instead of really hot.
Really?
Once you get back in. So
But
yes.
It's crazy because my father-in-law, I got in my car the other day, John, and in my side compartments, he put water bottles for me. He lives with us part of the year. I just thought that was so nice. But I go to drink it the other day, and it's like 110 degrees, right?
Yes, the worst.
Well, you don't have to worry about that in this car. Your father-in-law can put the water bottles right in the center console because it has a cooled center console.
Yes, it does.
I mean, that's so cool.
That used to be something you'd only see on S-Classes or 7 Series. Now you're getting them on Defenders.
Concept vehicles you would see that on, right?
That's right, yeah.
Here we are, the future, 2023. Yeah. I was really impressed with these huge wheels.
Yeah, so these are 22-inch wheels, which aren't really that common on off-road vehicles because you want to have a lot of sidewall for when you're going over the rocks to make sure it's not too jittery. But this actually has air suspension, which also isn't very common on off-road vehicles. So fully independent suspension, totally different than the old Defender, which was body on frame, solid axles front and rear, just like the Jeep Wrangler. Like the Ford Bronco has a solid rear axle. This is totally independent. So articulation is actually pretty good. It's got 11.5 inches of ground clearance.
John, you just kind of blew me away with all that information. I will admit that I'm not super knowledgeable when it comes to that, but that's why when you get to talk to John here because he knows everything about everything with your vehicle.
That's
okay?
right.
It's called the Defender P400. What is that?
So that actually designates the engine. It's not displacement measured. It's just the designation that they use like Mercedes does. Just a random number, but it's for their 6-cylinder engine, which is both turbocharged and electronically supercharged.
Electronically
so
supercharged.
It's not belt driven. It's all electric and makes like a little bit more power, better low end torque, good for off-roading.
Wow. Does it give you any other benefits like maybe gas mileage or anything like that?
Yeah, actually we were looking that up beforehand and it actually gets a little bit better fuel economy on the highway than the 4-cylinder turbo does. A little bit less in the city and it balances out to about 19 highway both.
Well, 19, that was on the 22s. We looked on the 23 and it says 20 miles per gallon. So, I mean, you only got to upgrade to the 23. You need that extra 1 mile per gallon because I don't know what gas is around you, but it's like $4 or $5 around here, and that is a no bueno. No bueno.
No bueno.
Yeah. This engine compared to the normal one that comes with it, I mean, it's like incredibly more horsepower.
100 more horsepower than the 4-cylinder version. Wow. You can actually get this with a supercharged V8 that they use in a lot of Jaguar products and some other Land Rover products too. Yeah. It makes about 520 horsepower.
Wow.
And a little bit more, you get the V8.
That's crazy, but The interesting thing is the 4-cylinder one versus the P400 6-cylinder one, it gets a mile per gallon better gas mileage, right?
Yeah.
So you get 100 more horsepower and you get 1 mile an hour gas mileage better, and you have a better engine.
It's manna from heaven.
They don't have the third row in this one. I know my wife would want the third row. We have 2 kids. She thinks that we have like 20. I need a third row. I need a third row. I'm like, what for?
No, you don't. And you don't want that if you're off-roading either. The shorter the wheelbase, the better. So if you can make do with this, yes. There's even a 2-door version with an even shorter wheelbase than this one. So you have better breakover and departure angles on that, and it'll be easier to go off-road.
They have an extended one with the third row in it, like I was just mentioning. Now, does that one actually make the vehicle, does it actually extend the vehicle as well, or do they fit those 2 seats back here in the standard 4-door length?
They actually extend it. I'm not sure how far out it goes, but it's definitely longer than the 4-door version that we have here with just the 2 rows.
Ethan, show us the difference of the length. I don't know, maybe it's like, what do you think? How much more space do you think you need? Like maybe another 12 inches?
Maybe at the most. I actually prefer this particular configuration. I think this is perfect. It's a nice medium. The longer version is also nice, but you don't have as good the articulation, the breakover angles. So this one actually is the best for me. It's the nice middle ground. It's kind of like the Goldilocks zone.
Breakover angles. What does that mean?
So that's the angle between the wheels when you're going over rocks. Typically, the shorter the wheelbase, the higher the car is, the better the angle. So you want to have as much as possible. So when you're off-roading, you get stuck less. You don't have to beat up your undercarriage.
I almost thought he was kidding and he was just using the word to sound fancy or something.
Which I
but
do
it does
normally.
mean something.
That's right. That's how I got through college, kids.
I feel like it's missing from a Land Rover perspective. And maybe this is Land Rover versus Range Rover. I love the entire glass roof on the Range Rover. I would love to see that entire roof. I mean, you know, they give you these little safari windows, but what about an entire roof?
Mostly, I think the reason they don't do that is because there's a lot of structural integrity in the roof. So when you're moving around off-road, this is a unibody structure, so it's different than the older ones. So you want to have as much stiffness as possible, which means as little glass as possible.
Do you think that they're going off-roading in this thing a lot?
I'm going to say that this probably goes off-roading about 99.4% of the time as a gravel drive.
They're traveling right now. And so how much do you want to bet they took suitcases to the airport with them?
I would bet a lot.
Yeah, I noticed here that there's a lot of scratches on this already. And so they're getting the full front end on this vehicle, but just noticing this, that really bothered me. We're gonna polish that out, put some PPF on there for them. Are we doing a ceramic coating on this one?
Yeah, we are.
So we use XPEL Fusion Plus on there, which is a 5-year ceramic coating, right? This is really cool. We just found this out. Show me this, John.
Yeah,
This
so
is
we
really
talked
cool.
a little bit earlier about how this vehicle has air suspension, which isn't very common on off-roaders, but Land Rover did it here. And actually, right here, there's a raising and lowering feature. So you hit this button here on the left-hand side, the truck actually raises itself up, go up to 11.5 inches of ground clearance.
These go to 11.
You want to drop it back down again? Simply hit the button on the right-hand side, and you can load things much easier.
Putting the grocery bags, all that kind of stuff.
Loading any kind of yard work equipment you want in the back.
I don't know about you. Is this just me, or is this like a normal guy thing, okay? When I come home from the grocery store, it is very important for me to get every single one of those bags inside the house on one trip, right?
Yes.
We have completed the PPF on the front end. I mean, this is so incredible. We removed the emblems, so you have that clean install on there. I know that's challenging to do that, John, a little bit. You know, tell me about that a little bit.
Especially when you don't have any kind of a template to put this back on. Our guys make sure that they're very careful about the placement when they're removing it, so that once it's put back on, it looks exactly like it did when it was removed.
Yeah.
So it still has the stock finish, while also that means we don't have to cut around any of these letters. We'll be putting it right on top fresh film that goes from the back of the back of the hood all the way to the front, and it looks cleaner that way and more seamless too.
I feel like the rocks rocks are more prone when the vehicle's front end is perpendicular to the road.
Yeah, and you get a lot of this design with off-roading vehicles like the Wrangler, the Bronco, the Defender. There's also the Toyota Sequoia, the Hummer. All these cars have a really flat front end, so it's a good idea to get it protected while you can before you get chips on there. Plus, if you ever hit some brush off the trail, you know, that'll help protect against it too.
Now we are applying the ceramic coating on it. He's doing that, and we will actually put that on everything, right? We have one for the wheels. We have a PPF ceramic coating, goes on the glass, on all of your trim and everything.
Everything is ceramic coated, but the coatings are a little bit different dependent on where they're being applied.
That's very important because I think a lot of times you can get a ceramic coating and it's just going to be on, you know, maybe the painted surfaces. You don't get the wheels or the trim or the glass. You can also get it on your door jambs. That is extra. At the end of the day, it's not absolutely necessary. You got to find a happy medium with your budget. You know, you got to figure out a way that you come to a budget that works for you.
And we're really good at that here at Nathan's. We'll make sure that we find the best package for you that addresses all of your needs, but also fits your budget as well.
We still want to tell you about the options that you have, but that's the great thing about us, is just to be honest with you and, you know, fit that into your budget. We got Tyler up there making sure that the roof is ceramic coated so that, you know, that's protected. I know a lot of people, you know, they park underneath trees, you know, and they get the tree droppings and sap.
And yes. We always recommend that you remove it as soon as possible, just so that you can get it off there quickly and avoid any kind of potential damage from it being there long term. But this will definitely help it be easier to remove, and we do that on everything, not just the roof.
Thanks again, guys, for being with us on the journey of this Defender as we protected it with both paint protection film and ceramic coating from XPEL. We had a blast doing this. I hope you had a blast along with us. Everything turned out very well. I hope the owner is happy. I'm confident that he will be. I hope that you will be confident that you can always bring your vehicle here too, and that even if you can't come, the information we bring you helps you wherever you are across the country. If you could, like and share this video, subscribe to our channel if you're not already. Click the notification bell so that anytime we upload a new video, you're getting notified right away. It helps us do what we do. It helps us to continue to bring you this content here from Nathan's. And I hope to see you in the comments, obviously, and then in our next video. Thank you so much.